live from the Astraea SMP. I'm on Casper, my friendly ghost, and today we are going to be terraforming more on this island. I've been working on this terraforming project for 2 weeks now, I think. Not solid 2 weeks, I did have a vacation in there, but for the most part, yeah, it has been grueling. So let's peruse around, show you what I've been up to. This right here was a sheer cliff, straight up and down. It was to the height that it is currently right here. So what I did is gradually smoothed it out, added the grass, knocked out all the stone, cleaned it up a little bit, but I have a lot more texturing in the works planned. I'm going to do the whole, darker on the bottom, probably mud on the bottom, and then gradually work it up to maybe stone, or maybe it'll just go into dirt. I'm not completely satisfied or completely settled on the texture yet, but it will be something similar to that. All right, Casper is very slow ghost, but he'll get us there. He'll get us there. I also extended the terraforming over here. So this is also a straight vertical, essentially, right where you see the grass down here, and this right here. That's where it extended out from. So it went straight up, straight across. Did this section. I also added this little hill here, so that wasn't there before. Everything is still really plain, just grass. I'm trying to get the shape done prior to committing to texturing and what have you. What is going on? Oh, those are just the edges. I thought those were creeper holes, and Astraea actually has creeper griefing off, so they can't make holes. So I was very confused. I was very confused with those, what these little inputs were. All right, okay, I'm gonna have to get off of Casper here, or else this is gonna take the entirety of the stream just floating around the island. All right, let's go down and let's just fly. Okay, so we got over here. There is a creaking. He's wandering the lands. I did that for my upcoming video. You'll see that soon, probably sometime this week. Upcoming YouTube video of why the creaking is wandering. All right, and over here I also did a ton of work. So again, once again, not to sound like a broken record, but this is straight vertical right here. It went straight up and then straight across here. Let's cheaty cam it for a second. So yeah, straight up and then straight across. So I did all of this off camera. I know it's a cliche thing for a gaming YouTuber content creator to say, but it is the truth. We updated as you can tell from me writing Casper, my friendly Ghast, we updated the server recently to 1.21.6, which brings the Happy Ghast, the new leash mechanics, and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, that update was done so early, which, hey, that's the server owner's prerogative, totally fine, not complaining about that. But the mods that I use were not updated, so I didn't have the flashback mod. Long story short, I didn't capture any of this. This is usually something that I'd like to capture in time-lapse. Probably not the most exciting time-lapse, if I'm honest, though. It's just a lot of digging and what have you. But I just did it all off camera. I could have recorded it, in this like game view or whatever, but I find those videos a little grueling to watch, in all honesty. I mean, that's a lot of work. And I missed my last week's stream because I was out on vacation, so didn't have a chance to really stream it. So now that's what we're doing. We're going to continue this project. Continue mainly adding the hills, the little hills and valleys and stuff. Ooh, oops, almost forgot that. Oh yeah, there's a new lead recipe too, so I don't have to really worry about the leads despawning or anything, because they're very easy to make with string. So what we're going to do is grab a ton of grass, and we are going to start laying out some really flattish kind of rolling hills in various spots across the island. Hey Casper. And then we are going to maybe, if we have time, start texturing. I don't know if I have really the blocks to really texture, but to really like make a concerted effort. But I might be able to do a couple little areas here and there. So let's take care of this creaking really quick. Hopefully it doesn't charge over here. Okay. Sorry, dude. I apologize. Yeah, he was just for some content in the video. He is no longer needed. But don't worry, creakings don't die. Goonies never die. He is just contained in this heart. That's where he is. So let us fly back to our underground lair, return the heart, and grab a bunch of supplies to lay out some of these hills. All right, down we go. Shoop. Yeah, as you can see, I usually play with connected glass, connectivity, or continuity, or whatever it's called. And yeah, right here, we don't have it that mod updated. That's the last holdout for me. Well, I just recently got that particulate mod as well, which has like cascading water and water effects and stuff like that, but that hasn't been updated. But I just started using that, so I don't miss that. The connected glass, though, I kind of miss. Oh yeah, dog. Yeah, a lot of creakings are around. They're just everywhere. My next video kind of explains some of the goings on, but yeah, I don't want to really get into the lore right now, and a little premature. But essentially, we've had issues on Astraea of creakings getting a little out of hand. You know, just kind of showing up people's bases, stuff like that. Is that all I have? Is one lead? All right. Okay, let's grab a ton. Actually, did I already have a grass? Yes. See, look at this. I'm a professional. I already had grass waiting to go. Actually, I'll just leave these here and then fill up my inventory with another supply of grass. All right, right here. Okay. Let's put 2 back. Actually, I could just leave that because then I do the offhand trick. That's another thing that I've noticed. I think this might be fresh moves. Anytime I'm holding something, my character turns into a very strange, I don't know, like those little pog people. I don't know if you grew up in the 80s, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's really unfortunate if I hold a sword. Okay, so this might not be family friendly, but yeah, if I hold a sword, then it gets a little absurd. All right, we'll get away from that. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's probably something to do with fresh moves, I would assume, at least. Fresh moves is what makes me blink and have all those cool animations. It adds some of the animations that fresh animations adds to the player. All right, let's come over here. I'm going to add a similar oblongs. Is that what they're called? Oblongs? Yeah, like those little Lego kind of people. I don't know. They looked like single. I'm trying to search for a word that I can't really say. They look phallic in design. Just put it that way. Okay. So I'm gonna do this very similar kind of hill. I'm going to do it over here. So it's gonna be a while, but you'll kind of see how I approach this, which is pretty chaotic actually. So what I do is just randomly lay a line out, and then go back and refine. Probably not new to anyone who's done large terraforming projects. That's why I do the offhand thing too. So I never actually run out. Right when I run out on my main hand, I just center click, scroll click, and then pick up the blocks again. Remember, I grassed over this entire island, so I'm gonna pro it laying down grass. All right, that's pretty good. All right, I think I'm gonna start turning already. I don't want something too straight. I probably should have started curving up by now. No, that's decent. It's got a decent look. The thing about it is I'm debating on whether I want to go over. So this is laid out here because this is where I want to put a road that kind of bisects the entire island. And then this area is actually going to be kind of a fountain, water feature kind of area. And it's very symmetrical. I'm planning on having like a perfect round water feature and then a perfectly straight road. Again, bisecting the island. So I'm not sure if I want that road to be completely on one level like it is right now, or whether I want to cross over. I've also been having a lot of internal debates with water on the island, whether I want to, you know, I have the pond over here, but I was debating with myself whether I want to maybe do a lake or a larger pond, I guess you could call it, like right here or right here, you know, somewhere on this edge, and then have a stream connect, basically also bisect the island, you know, kind of a meandering brook or something that kind of cuts through, and that would give me an opportunity to do this straight road here, to have like a little stone bridge or something, little feature, you know, something to just break up the landscape a little bit. So if I carry this hill all the way across here, yeah, I guess that'll be fine, because then I can cut into it for the water, the stream and everything, and then work out from there. That's the great thing about just doing grass and dirt, though. I mean, you can just like rip it up in a second. Like, takes 2 seconds to do that. I don't have to lay down a bunch of beacons and get nuts with it, like this stone. All right. I don't know if I want to go. Right now I'm tentatively, kind of gingerly, I guess, following the biome shift. So this, I believe this is a forest, and then I have a rocky shore, and then the really green grass is jungle. Hopefully it's coming across on the stream, because I know YouTube and Twitch compression sometimes loses a little bit of the saturation. So yeah, if you can tell, there's a divide essentially right here. So the hill, I'm trying to kind of follow that a bit. As you can see, the Badlands, you know, I'm trying not to touch into the Badlands, having the Badlands be on this side, and then the jungle on the other side. So it's the same thing I'm trying to do over here. I do not have enough grass for this project, which brings up the debate of like, should I continue flying off, like fly off in this direction where no one is building and just tear up the landscape, or should I just buckle down and actually create a dirt farm, which you can do with a stone generator, and then it's like this huge convoluted process, but essentially you generate stone, and then you generate moss from the stone, and then you grow, I believe most people do azalea, but I believe a spruce, a big large spruce will also convert the moss into podzol, but azalea for sure converts the moss into rooted dirt. And then you blow up the rooted dirt with TNT, or turn it into a path block, or one of those processes, and then it will turn into regular dirt, and then you have a dirt factory. But as you can imagine, that's a lot of steps, so the farm ends up being these monstrosities that I certainly don't want like just on my island, because that would just take up so much room. So I'd have to probably do it underground or somewhere off in some random location, and I can make it public and everything. I'm not sure how much the Astraeans are desiring dirt, but yeah, that's the debate. Should I continue ripping up the landscape, or should I actually buckle down and make a giant dirt farm? All right, that went too far. Yeah, I think I actually want to curve it from right here. Right here, and then maybe around the road. It's so weird too, because I'm planning on putting in a lot of trees, so this landscape is going to end up, a lot of it's going to get obfuscated from the views that we have right now. Like I'm never going to be, yeah, I know, Astraeans. I've coined that term, dog. Sorry, dogs in the YouTube chat coming in on I've put it in like a couple YouTube descriptions now. I didn't know what else to call us, so I'm calling us Astraeans. Yeah, so the trees will end up making it so the environment doesn't really look hilly at all. You know, even if I took these hills up like 5 blocks, you lay a bunch of trees down and before you know it, it kind of looks like a flat landscape, just by their nature. Because I don't know, something about looking at a set of trees, you don't notice the height difference as much, you know, as like say this tree versus this tree. You know, there's I think 2 block height difference, but they look pretty much on the same level. But a dirt height difference looks a little more dramatic, you know. Anyway, I am just meandering thought-wise all over the place here. All right. Speaking of that, 1.21.6 brought back fog. Volumetric fog. I love it because I always use the Better Fog mod. A bit of a B-dubs fanboy with that kind of stuff, and I love the volumetric fog back in the game. The one thing though, whoops, it was a little difficult to get it back to the setting that I'm used to using. Like the Better Fog mod kind of treated the fog a little different, just kind of, I don't know, it just turns out a little different. So if you set it to like, I don't know, 0% to 100% or whatever, you know, 0 is the start and 100 is the end, in the your render distance, it just looks a little different. And what I'm speaking of directly is I have sodium extra, and you can actually adjust. These sliders right here are available if you install sodium extra, so you don't need the Better Fog mod. You can do it right here. Actually, let me adjust this because. Okay, so this is what I usually do. It's like 5 to 120. I think B-dubs does 0 to 130. But it still turns out like a little different. Dude, seriously? You're just pushing me around? Okay. Is that Matchbox 20? I'm gonna push you around. Okay. Yeah, so when I look out, I think I have my render distance at 24 right now, so I'd have to fly around and load everything. I think the server render distance is actually only 16, maybe. I'm just guessing. So I'd have to fly around and load it up so Bobby will actually load it. But nonetheless, it looks a little different. It looks a little foggier than the Better Fog mod alone. So I currently have the Better Fog mod off, and this is just vanilla fog adjusted a little bit with the sodium extra sliders. So I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence whether I like it more or less. And here's the other thing that's really weird. So I was actually on a podcast recently. We were talking about this. So I look this way, away from the sun. You know, it looks like Minecraft, whatever. But as you look toward the sun, it's almost treating it like a camera lens or a camera sensor would treat a bright object. So it's like an ISO thing. See how the sky gets orange and then your atmosphere around gets dimmer? That's totally like a camera lens trick. So I don't know if they're, Mojang is the there in this sentence. I don't know if they're messing around with the atmosphere in a way that would imitate film, like imitate how, you know, cameras work essentially. Like you can tell it's more subtle when it's bright out. But as I look directly in the sun, the environment actually gets a little darker. Definitely more dramatic at the sunset than it is at the sunrise, but nonetheless, it's strange. It's a strange decision creatively to make the game, make your character in the game, rather, your view as a character in the game behave like a camera. Because the human eye does not behave like a camera. So, whatever. It's fine. I don't really have it's like not right or wrong. I don't have a strong opinion on it or anything. It's just different. All right, I want to make sure I don't make any weird shapes. Talking about the oblongs and... All right, that's pretty good. I'm liking that. I might actually do like a little offshoot over here too. It's kind of a little bulbous thing over here. That might be kind of cool. All right, let's hop over here. I do like the Happy Ghast, I gotta say though. If we're talking about 1.21.6, I really like these guys. I mean, they are a little slow. When you're building, they're not slow. They're perfect speed. But like I was just trying to tour the island right at the beginning of the stream. That is kind of torturous to do on a Happy Ghast. I mean, you're going so slow. I wish there was like a couple gears, like a bike, you know, like I just had a granny gear for building, and then I had a bit of a speed, a little road gear for the quick stuff. All right, is this gonna be stupid what I just did here? No, that's fine. Oh, the dog just added a comment on YouTube that he had to reshape his nether portal area after just saw it from above. Yikes. I had the exact same thing with my pond, dog. Here, let me show you. I actually didn't notice this until I checked it on the Dynamap or whatever however you pronounce that, or Blue Map, whatever we were using at the time. But yeah, it was a little unfortunate, and I had like, still kind of working on it a little bit. I'm gonna put a couple more trees around it just to mask it a little bit. But this, though, unfortunately, this is actually based on a real life, it's a man-made pond in real life that is actually part of this real life structure. So this is the Belial Conservatory, and it has a pond, a koi pond in the back, shaped exactly like this. But right when I put it in Minecraft, it was like, huh. Oh, I named my ghast Casper. The question from Sam is on Rex in the chat. I named him Casper the Friendly Ghost, which I'm sure I am far from the first person to name their Happy Ghast Casper. Of course, I actually don't have any more name tags, so that's just between me and him right now, because I used my last name tag on the Creaking that I just wiped out, and I named him Rickety Cricket. Which I know Dog will appreciate that reference, because I've seen Dog's content on his YouTube channel, currently at least. Old Schled Dog is the dog in this sentence, but he is an Astraean and a fellow Astraea Minecraft player, server mate, and he is about to start creating YouTube content. So I don't know if his Always Sunny in Philadelphia YouTube content will stay. But right now you have a little bit of it, and I know Rickety Cricket. I know you'll be familiar with that reference. Anyway, Rickety Cricket has passed. I only needed him for a video. Fellow Stray, yeah, fellow Stray. Oh, that's good. That's a little reference to the strays in Minecraft. I was calling us Astraeans earlier. I don't know if that'll stick. Sorry if I'm just referencing chat for those. YouTube chat is what I'm referencing right now. No one's on Twitch. No, at least no one's commenting on Twitch chat right now. So if you want to join the chat and you're on Twitch, jump over to YouTube, because that's where the action's happening. Yeah, I was wondering what we should call ourselves too, Sam. That's why I put it in a YouTube description a couple videos ago, and I'm like, I need something. I need like a noun that describes us, and Astraean is what popped up. What popped in my head. Spell check didn't like it, but I left it. Dude, come on. Come on. No, not... When I was I Am Razi and Creative Villages helped me deforest my entire island, and I Am Razi was adorably cute about saving these guys, and since then they are spawning like crazy. I have like 20-30 of these little buggers, little rats, like hanging out, and more come every single time. I use a bunch in an XP farm, which, sorry Razi, yes, I am capturing these guys in a little hole, and I splash them in infestation, and yeah, anyway, yeah, you didn't have to worry about saving them, and there's plenty of them around. All right. This is definitely not going to be the most exciting stream. I apologize. Actually, while while I have some strays or Astraeans in chat, any use of a dirt farm. If I went through the trouble of making a dirt farm, would that be useful to anyone but myself? Because they're a pain in the butt to make. It's a lot of converting of blocks. It's gonna happen a lot. This is my strategy when I was, here, I'll show you my strategy when I was grassing over the entire island. I would do this. And just watch, because I'm just holding right click and S, backing up. And then I watch my hotbar. As soon as I run out of dirt, I center click, scroll click. It is so satisfying. And it's brainless. And I did this for 16 hours. Yeah, okay. So the two strays or Astraeans that are in chat don't have a use specifically, but I'll reach out on Discord just to see. I definitely have a use, because after I flatten the entire island, now I need to build it back up in some aspects, so. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it, and they're really tall, because you have to have like a sticky piston, you know, slime block, honey block kind of thing to move the spruce wood around, or the azalea wood, depending on what you use. It's just such a cluster. It's like so much room. And the one specifically, I don't know who built it originally. I don't think it's an ENX04. I've seen it on Hermitcraft because DocM77 has it. I saw the video just recently of who he borrowed the design from. I can't remember who it is though. But if you search dirt farm on YouTube, you'll get a couple results, and a few people have like modified the farm, but it's just a monstrosity. Yeah, I could put it in another roof because it would not have a problem. Obviously, it's just, you know, bone mealing. It goes through all these different processes. So essentially you have... Actually, another roof would be good too, because you have to make stone. You have to do a stone generator first, which obviously lava flows faster than the nether. And then you can, you know, obviously convert the stone to moss. So you just, you know, you do your typical moss bone meal thing, and then you plant a tree on top of the moss, and then you can't just blow up the tree, I guess. You have to like move it out of the way or something, or else you lose a lot. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe you can just blow up the tree, but it seems like everybody's farm kind of moves it out of the way a bit, and then processes it in like a different area. So I don't know why they do that. I haven't watched any of the videos that explain the technical reason behind why they're not just TNT, and because I would assume that somebody probably just tried to do like the ENX04 thing, you know, his tree farm that we have on the server, Creative Villages built, and that you just drop TNT. It's probably something about like the obsidian or that ENX04, like you can't have that in the way or something stupid. I'm already planning on doing another farm though, because I need to. There's a spoiler. My next shop is going to be a redstone shop. It's going to sell all the redstone components, and I need a bartering farm. So I'm going to just do a gold farm connected to a bartering farm, like I have in my Forever World, and I'm just going to do that on the nether roof. So I could just do the tree farm right next to it. Dog, why aren't you sleeping? Are you on the server still? Yeah. Probably underground. You might have just seen the chat between me and Doug. When I logged on, I was over there because I had my creaking that I was using for a video, and I logged off. Ooh, whoops. And I logged off just standing in the middle of a field. And then when I logged on, it was night, and that I was surrounded by creepers. I made it out alive though. That's my only death. My only death so far in Astraea has been due to a creeper explosion. I was going out to get a, what is it called? Spider eyes to breed my armadillos for my XP farm. So I was going out at night, just killing a bunch of spiders because I don't have a spider farm, and I don't know anyone on the server that has a spider farm. I'm sure someone does, but nonetheless, I was out there and a creeper snuck up on me and killed me. My only other death is due to, I think it was Names that killed me. One of the admins on the server killed me on my first day. It was an accident. Yeah, I figured, dog, that you're underground. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm glad that you say that. Samazon Rex in the YouTube chat said that we're in desperate need of a redstone shop. I agree. When I first joined, you know, I was just looking for some basic stuff just to kind of throw it, you know, a couple repeaters and stuff. And some like comparators, I mean, they're just a pain to build. Like even a sticky piston. Like I just need one slime ball, you know, and that's why I built the slime farm, is because of my TNT flying machines. But I'm gonna sell it all. I'm gonna sell honey, slime, comparators, repeaters, torches, redstone. I also need to do a better. Hi, how you doing? Is it Capula Top? I don't know how to pronounce your name, so sorry if I butchered it. Oh, you have a makeshift I have a really makeshift spider skulk farm to use. Yeah, I'm good now. But yeah, I just went out, you know, because I there's no torches obviously around here, so if I stay up, mobs spawn like crazy across here, which I actually kind of benefit from sometimes because I can just go out and oh, that's so Asumi, that's your YouTube name? Okay, I apologize. I've seen both usernames obviously, and I know who you are, Asumi, obviously, but I didn't know that was your YouTube name. Wait, what? Asumi just said, for now at least, while I eat dog. Okay, not sure. Okay, chat's gotten weird. I don't even know what to talk about. Yes, redstone. So the redstone shop, yeah, I think we're desperately in need of one. And the other farm that I'm going to need is a witch farm. And I know Manhattan, which is a district in Astraea, for those non-Astraeans that are watching, has a witch, well, at least near, has a witch farm, but how does it work? I flew over there, and I know like Yankee Stadium is built around it or something, but is it just passively killing the witches? I didn't even see any redstone in the item filters. And the whole point of witch farm nowadays is that that you can get a ton of redstone, at least in my eyes. The whole point of building a witch farm in 1.21.6 is that they increase their redstone drops to like insane amounts, but you have to actually player kill them in order to get those drops. So I don't know if two things. I don't know how the witch farm on Astraea works, and the other thing is I don't know why they built it. And actually, no, three things. And I didn't see redstone in the item filter system, so I don't know if they're just destroying the redstone or what. I have no idea. I was even in Discord chat, like the history in the archives, like trying to read, because the person that built that farm shall not be named, and I didn't see anything about the details. Anyway, that's a long story short. I have located another witch hut, actually assuming it's near your desert's base, and I'm going to convert that into a active witch farm. So player kill witch farm, which won't take up that much room whatsoever, so I can get redstone. So definite spoilers, because this is going to take me a while before I can get that shop up and running. I already have the design, but yeah, I need a lot of blocks, a lot of supplies, a lot of items. How's this looking? This is definitely the definition of a chill stream, I'll tell you that. Okay. Sorry, I just had to take a drink. Alright, we're good. We're good. I think this is looking pretty sweet. I'm hoping that I lay out all these hills and, you know, dig a couple little valleys and stuff like that. And then, this sounds really hippie, but maybe the land will just speak to me and then I'll know what other builds I need to put in the area. I'll know where the trees need to go and stuff. Because right now I am just at a loss. I would just start like trying to randomize things, which I mean, I will to an extent. I'll try to randomize where I place the trees, but I want some like reason behind it, you know. It's like some, and I need a couple additional things too. I want to put like a little petting zoo in, you know, get all the farm animal variants and stuff like that in, and yeah, a lot of work. There's a ton of work on this. This right here though, because again, I don't know if everyone is here for the beginning of the stream. This was a vertical wall, like straight up, and then it just, you know, went straight across. So I'd smoothed this out over the last week. And it already has kind of inspired me a bit of how the layout of the island, because the island was looking very ho-hum. You know, it's just a big flat table. I'm trying to get it less ho-hum, more like, oh, that looks genuinely like, you know, natural terrain in a way. I'm totally gonna run out of grass though. Yeah, thank you, Samazon. Rex, Sam. I'm just gonna say Sam. I think we're the only ones in the chat. I need to stop saying your whole name. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, I think it's turned out really good. I mean, it was with the flat table thing. I was like really discouraged. I'm like, how am I gonna make this? And all I had to do is just add a couple. Like, what is this? Like 4 or 5 levels. And it was like immediately, oh, that looks better. You know, that looks more purposely built. It doesn't look like someone ran a bunch of TNT over an island and flattened it out. So, yeah, thank you. Also, most of the animals didn't make it through, but they've all been respawning. So that's cool. Assuming, speaking of, clouds are still gone. I'll shut up about it, I promise. Hello! Wow, got a bunch of Astraeans or strays watching today. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Join me in game chat too. It's just me and Dog. Dog's underground. Dog's being a hermit. When I want to grab some grass and place it, I'm more than welcome. This is so weird, like my last 2 streams, YouTube has been significantly better than Twitch, but my first few streams, which like I've only streamed like maybe 6 or 7 times, it was always Twitch. Dog, when's your episode coming out? Actually, Sam, when's your next episode coming out? Are we gonna have all 3 at the same time thing? I know Arya's taking a break, it seems, but I think it was a couple videos ago. Me, Sam, and Arya were the 3 most active content creators all posted on the same day. And my video is like in the can, ready to go. I just need to film like an intro and outro, a couple little things here and there, but it's a good one. It's fun. It's leaning into the whole lore thing. Oops. Okay. Oh. I've lost my rhythm, guys. I've lost my rhythm. Usually I'm quicker about this. Putting things away. Yeah, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out before you know it. Out of grass, that is. There, perfect. Alright, so Sam posting the video tomorrow. Hello, Shannon. Svensson. Thank you for joining the chat. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Just placing grass on the Astraea server. Astraea is an SMP that I joined back in February. Got a lot of really awesome people, awesome builders. Very nice community, very friendly, until some jerk joined and started spreading creaking all over the server. But I think he's stopped. Sometimes you just gotta liven up, things a little bit though. Yeah, my video's probably not gonna be out until later this week though. Maybe Thursday or so. Maybe it'll be a 4th of July, maybe it'll be a Friday. Oh really? Okay, well I know where your storage system is. Sam in chat just said if I need more grass, I can grab it from her storage. Try not to take all of it though. Okay, I'll be tempted, but I'll try not to. No, I won't. If I need, I'll just fly out and grab it. I have a couple areas that I've been kind of blazing through, and no one's using, no one's out there. The land doesn't even really look that good, so hopefully no one will miss it. I don't know if did it. Never mind. I don't want to give up any, or I don't want to like spoil anything for anyone, so I'm not gonna say anything about creaking and their whereabouts or how they got to their whereabouts. If that's what you're implying. My next video will go into divulge a little bit. Oh great, it's raining. It's nice. Like that. It's a very good song for the rain. Some of my sad emo boy music. I still have another double chest, I think, of grass, so I probably will get through this chunk, I think. And then I wanted to do one additional hill, probably on this side though, maybe right here, and then another additional hill right over here, and then I'm going to connect this little stupid hill with this one, give it a little bit better of a shape, and then it's onto the trees, so I'm going to be joining Aria in building 1,000,000 custom trees. I have like about 16 to 18 tree types that I have in a creative world that I'm bringing over slowly into Lightmatica and then kind of rotating them and stuff. And hopefully that'll be enough diversity. If I see some patterns emerging, I might have to design more. But I mean, anyone who's seen any of my videos already seen a few of them. Here's 4, and these are all different. So more where that came from. I have some like spruce or pines too that I'm gonna bring in, but that's where it gets a little dangerous, because if you want things realistic, just straight up mixing evergreens with deciduous trees can kind of look a little silly, so you have to be careful with how you mix them. Come on, dude, you're lucky we're on camera, bro. He's new though. He did not. He wasn't one of the survivors. I know the survivor. Actually, he's a survivor. This guy survived this entire island being blown up by TNT. Actually, he took a hit too. No cows survived though, unfortunately. Pigs survived, obviously. But new ones have spawned, because I have 2 warm pigs and a few warm cow variants that have recently spawned, and I blew up my island before the variants were available in 1.21.4, I guess. Yeah. Black sheep represent. Yeah, there's two of them. Both the black sheep. I'm just gonna fly, just to show you. Because I'm proud of these guys. Yeah, there's one right over here. Both these guys made it. This is the one that took damage. I should name tag him. He's a brave little sheep. He never leaves this area. This area though was pretty safe from the TNT, but he had been wandering over here, and this area definitely was not safe from the TNT. This guy though, he's wandering like right in the thick of it, and he made it through. So, I don't know, man. There's some good strong ones. I agree. I agree, guys. Yeah, I think both sheep deserve to be named. The armadillos made it too, but they get like scared and are impervious to like damage. I don't even think you can blow them up with TNT, so their likeliness to survive isn't as low as the sheep and pigs. Or yeah, I said that right. God, I phrased that really weird. Their likeliness to survive is higher. I need to get a cleric so I can get some name. Or no, is it librarians? Librarians sell them. Never mind. I got a ton of librarians. I can get some name tags going. It's really hot in my office right now. I need to take another drink. Ah, man. How's everybody doing? Everybody, what is it, 6? So yeah, everybody in the US at least has made it. Well, I guess it's only almost 4 for the West Coast, but almost made it through their Monday work day. If you work a day shift, which I know not everyone does, but Mondays are the worst. If you work Monday through Friday. I'm speaking to a minority probably of or at least a subset of Americans right now, but you made it. For those of you who made it, you made it. For those of you who haven't, you will make it soon. It is a hot one for me though. It has been really muggy in the Midwest and very hot. I think it's floating around 90 today with like an 83% humidity. It's just ridiculous. That's like a sauna, man. And my office is upstairs, so usually I have a fan going, but the fan is kind of noisy, so I turn it off during streams. Snowing. Yeah, the stony shores snows when you get too high up in the altitude. What? What did I hear? A spider? It must be underground. Been periodically going underground to light up the caves, but cave generation is just, after caves and cliffs, it's so difficult. It is so difficult to light up an area. You know, not only did they increase the depth, obviously, but then they made the caves so crazy to traverse. It's like the only time I get lost in Minecraft is in the cave systems now. And you get like crazy lost. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot there too. I'm not sure. I think you're out west, I'm assuming, but it's salmon in chat. Yeah, here we just got hit with like a crazy heat wave. It's actually cooled down a bit. It was literally hitting in the hundreds. And I was on a vacation up north in Michigan, And when we were coming back down, it was about a 4.5-hour drive. My air on my car broke. So me, my wife, and my 11-year-old had to drive on the freeway with our windows completely down in order to tolerate the, on my dash, it was saying 103-degree temperature. So that frickin' sucked. It's in the shop right now. Hopefully it will get repaired soon. My brother's actually a tech, so I just take it to him, an auto tech. But yeah, that was a miserable drive. And it was floating around. I think at that point I was like 73% humidity, 75% humidity or something, which is, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like my basement flooded about 4 years ago, like 3 inches of water in the basement, and I had carpet in the basement. And I have a dehumidifier that tells you how humid the air is while it's running. It was 83% humidity. That's with soaking wet carpet in a basement. That's basically what we're dealing with just out in the air right now. It's just absolutely absurd how humid it is. You just feel like you know, that you need to take a shower, but you just took a shower kind of feeling. It's just like gross. So needless to say, I've been trying to avoid going outside for long periods, which is a shame because usually like this is decent, you know, it's usually June, it's not that bad. 130 in the back of there. So Dog in chat, UPS drivers were recording 130 plus in the back of the trucks last week. It's been a while. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, because they have those the brown trucks famously. White roofs though, right? But still, nothing's gonna stop it. Nothing is going to stop those things heating up like ovens. Do they even have air in UPS trucks? I mean, if they did, they're constantly probably opening the doors, which would just let it all out anyway. Or is it just in the cab if they do have air? It's wild discussions that you have on stream. These are some adult discussions too, which is great. Well, it's not that hot in my office. It's just a little warmer than usual because of the lack of moving air. But I'm fine. I'll weather through it. I'm playing Minecraft. Oh, so they only have fans. Wow. That's horrible. I think this is it for the load of sand I have this is it for the load of dirt or grass. That's the word I'm looking for. It for the load of grass for right now. I'll return to my base to get some more. Oh, we're doing good. I missed a little spot over there, but yeah, this is looking good. I like the shape. It looks kind of like it belongs. That's another thing too. I'm not sure what I want to do with this little sidewalk road section. I want to texture it. I do know I want to texture it. I want it to look like this. But I don't know, like the shape. I built this shape weeks ago now, probably over a month ago, just to kind of live with it for a bit, to be like, okay, is this what I want? And I'm still on the fence. I don't know. I don't like this overhang, but I can fill that in fairly quickly, especially after I lowered this. It doesn't look so stark if I just kind of continue, through here. Yeah. So much work. Every time I'm focusing on like one corner and I'm thinking I'm making progress, and then I look and I have like this whole other, this whole other island to bother with. It'll start really going quick though when I start putting trees down. I know that for sure. I know that from experience. This is probably the largest terraforming I've ever done in Minecraft, but definitely wasn't the first. The biggest job, I think, and the most time-consuming job is going to be the cliff faces. I want the, oh my god, I want the cliff faces to be more textured. I don't want them to just be stone. I want to texture them with mud on the bottom, and then probably what is it, mangrove root mud blocks or whatever, you know, the mangrove root mixed with the mud block, gradually going up with maybe deep slate, like cobbled deep slate with something, you know, a couple other variants, maybe gravel included as well, maybe even mossy cobble or what have you, up to stone or andesite. So that's going to be very time consuming because that's a lot of blocks. This though, this little section right here, I'm going to turn into a beach, a sandy beach. So this whole area is actually going to break that pattern that I just described. I'm going to do sand with sandstone, and then probably dripstone block, like do that kind of yellowish, maybe some terracotta in there, yellowish kind of gradient up here to make it look like a cool beach. I'm gonna do some armor stand trickery to make it look a little like people are hanging out on the beach. So that'll be fun. All right, let's get some fireworks. Okay, that is it for, yeah, I just have a thing of stone. Let's fly back, get the remaining grass, and then we might move on to other things. We might, I don't know, maybe we'll do some bone meal stuff. I don't know. We'll do something. We will do something. Get in there. Luckily, this is not running. I know, it's like, oh, iron farm, you want that to run all the time. It's like, no, I already have too much iron. I actually gave, I think it was Devin, I gave like a whole chest of iron blocks. I just gave it to him because I was just overflowing. So luckily that's not running while I'm doing that grass, because it's too good. It just runs too well. All right, where is it? That's it? Oh yeah, okay. All right, so I have a double chest and pretty much a chest, so that's good. Oh, even more than a chest. Perfect. No, why did I do that? Everything has to be in order. All right. That's good, put that there. Actually, one more. And actually, I can take even one more. Rich guy problems. I'm not touching my keyboard. I'm gonna crash. Okay, look at that. That's professional right there. Professional Minecrafter. I moved to this, or I picked this jungle biome as my base because of the green grass. I don't know if anyone else, any content creators have experienced this, but you upload the videos to YouTube and the grass just looks like a regular Minecraft grass, like, you know, like a meadow. It doesn't look as green. It's so wild. Like, it completely sucks the color out. YouTube does. And, you know, I'm debating, like, well, should I color grade it? Should I make the grass? And it's like, no, because then you'll end up going the other way and you'll have like emerald crazy neon grass. Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. Because right now, like, I don't even know if this is for you guys right now. Right now, this is a little too bright, if I'm honest, but I don't know. It all works out in the wash. We are completing our first hour on stream. We'll do a station check. My name's Randy. I am a Minecraft YouTuber. I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. Randy Bishop Games on the Astraea SMP and Minecraft. It is Monday, and Mondays are stream days for me. But I also upload regular videos to Minecraft as well. So if you're enjoying the content, please check out Randy Bishop Games on YouTube. Watch the videos. I put in a ton of work. And watch the other Astraea people that I have linked in the bottom of my channel. Got a lot of content creators, more coming. And yeah, it's really cool to kind of keep up with this story. You know, there's a lot of Hermitcraft fans out there, and you know, it's really cool when you watch more than one, because then you can see different perspectives of what's going on in the server. And we have quite a few members, so there are a lot of perspectives and a lot of things going on. Not everyone is a content creator, but you'll still see a lot of bases, a lot of cool builds, just a lot of stuff, a lot of really cool stuff. And it's getting dark. It's still just me and dog? Yeah, it's just me and dog. This is always a weird time. Like anytime I log into the server after work, I'm in East Coast time, so it is 7 p.m. for me. Anytime I log in right after work, it seems like it's dead. There's more action earlier. I don't know if that's our Europeans or... I know we have some, I think we have some Asian folks, we have some South American folks, but and Central American folks, but that's probably not, their time zones are not that far off the US. Do we have any Canadians? You have to, right? You gotta have Canadians on your server. I live in Michigan, it's basically Canada. Sorry, pause for a second, just needed to check something on my phone. Okay, so Sam just commented that she doesn't think that we have any Canadians. Alright, we need to get some Canadians. Server just isn't a server without Canadians. I live 17-minute drive from Canada, so I'm doxing myself right now, but yeah. So maybe I'm the closest thing to a Canadian we have. Need some of that maple syrup aura on Astraea. Astraea, jeez. I can't talk today. I spent like all yesterday editing my next video. My brain is a bit fried, if I'm honest. And it's a regular Monday at work, so that is not a good thing. Like, how hard is it to transfer a domain? How hard? The internet's been around for how long? Domains? Domain, you know, something.com have been around for so long. Like, you'd assume that would be a fairly simple task, you know, like machine run task, automated task, but no. I'm working on trying to transfer a domain for a client for 2 months now. Just run into issue after issue after issue. Ridiculous. And it can't just be one either, you know, they have like 3, you know, misspelling kind of things like that, which is a common thing to do, you know, you register all the variants of your brand, .net, .org, all that stuff, and then some common misspelling. So it's been a grueling task. and it really shouldn't be. Oh. I've actually made maple syrup though. I have some maple trees in my backyard, some sugar maples, and I tapped both of them the first 2 years that we lived here, which is now like quite a few years ago. But you know, got the maple water and everything, did the whole milk jug thing, and boiled it down, and that's why I didn't do it multiple times, because the process of boiling down maple water, you know, just basically water into syrup, is insane. It's super messy, so you can't do it indoors. I mean, you can technically, but everything will just be a sticky, syrupy mess, and it takes it just takes so long, just so long. But it was great. And I forget what the numbers mean, like 80 or this or that, but I got it down to like a really good number, and my wife was like super thrilled. She's like, you know, this is like super expensive to buy. I'm like, yeah, because if I paid myself hourly, I would probably pay myself like $1 an hour for how many hours I put into it, so. If you have like one of those, which I didn't have at the time, I was just literally doing the maple syrup thing with just cooking pans, you know, just so your saucepans basically. And if you have the proper stainless, they're basically like giant cookie sheets, you know, with a bigger lip though, like a good 8-inch lip. So kind of like a metal box essentially. If you have that on a proper cooker, you know, some people just do it on like an open campfire, then it becomes a lot of an easier job or a quicker job, because you can, with the surface area of a pan that size, you can boil off a lot. But with a saucepan, and you know, you have like, you know, a milk jug that's holding a gallon, and it fills up the saucepan, and then you're in there for like, I mean, you're talking hours to get it to the consistency of syrup. Ooh, ba ba ba. But yeah, it was really good. All right, let's patch up that little area that I left over here. Boom, 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 pop, 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 pop. All right, we did it. We did it. Let's see how that looks. Should I fly Casper around? Where is Casper? Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Did I lose my ghast? I've only had him for a week. All right, Casper. Let's fly you around. I know. Did they still use, I know they use cat sounds for the original Ghast. Did they still use the cat sounds for the new ones, for the Happy Ghast? Inquiring minds want to know. Because it sounds like a cat. It sounds like a cat that might be getting processed a little bit, you know, and some audio filters. Maybe add a little bit of like phaser on it or something. Talk again, Casper, so I can prove my point. No, missed a spot. I missed a spot. I know I missed a spot. I'm telling you, Casper. I'm an amateur at this. Can I get it? Can I get it from Casper? This is the real proof. Are these guys useful? I cannot get it from Casper. Oh, thanks, dude. Casper. Casper! God bless it. I don't have any snowballs. Okay, phew. Made it. Casper, why'd you do that to me? Okay. I know they fixed that bug, right? The forward in 1.21.7 that I just now experienced. I got falling though, it's not a big deal. Alright, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be looking at this, Casper. Why are you letting me drift off and digress into weird, ranty territory? Come on, let's go. Speed up. This is one of Dog's trial chambers. I haven't been to a trial chamber on Astraea yet. I've been to a ton in my Forever World because I got the mace and everything. It took forever. I think it took 8 trial chambers before I found it. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Pretty good. It's not too matchy-matchy with the shore, though, is it? Or with the edge? Yeah, I'll add like a little hill, like a little offshoot right here. Oh, you guys went, yeah, Sam just commented that Dalton and her went to a trial chamber trying to get a mace. Or the heavy core or whatever. Oh no, that's fine. Dog, it's fine. You, there's 2 of them. One of them's like literally right here. Like right under the surface here. So, I didn't even know about this one, so that's totally fine. I'll join you guys in a trial chamber adventure. Anything that, any reason to not do what I'm doing right now, I will take. I'm about grassed out, to be honest. All right, let's put Casper over here so he can fly his 32 blocks around without leaving in the confines of the island. So that was to dog too. Like the trial chamber over there is, again, didn't even know about it. I don't think that cave system connects to my cave system, at least not to my knowledge. Yeah, this one right over here. Not to my knowledge, at least. It is relatively close, but I really don't explore this area except for to, you know, get a coral reef and what have you. But the other trial chamber, which I do kind of want to keep as my own, so to speak, literally, if I go down, right here, there's a cave that I have marked. You can kind of see the light right there. If I go down into that cave, it enters that trial chamber. Like within a few blocks, really, probably like 30 blocks away. So it's like right out here. And that's the one that you sent me, dog. You gave me cords to in my mailbox, which I had already discovered. It's weird though. I actually went in it and I never. Don't you get an achievement when you enter them? And I never got the achievement. I don't know what the issue was. Maybe I didn't enter it enough, but I broke copper block or tough or whatever. You know, I broke into it, just peeked around the corner and then left. So I don't know if I just didn't go in far enough or what, but or maybe you just don't get that achievement until you like take on an actual trial spawner or something. I'm not sure. I remember my Forever World though, getting the achievement. I thought it was like entering a, what do you call it, Nether Fortress or whatever. Whatever, let's put this grass back. No, actually let's not put this grass back. Let's just do one more outline. Or maybe, yeah, let's carry it over here a little bit. I don't want it to look like a weird, like, teardrop kind of bulbous thing though. Such debates. Like, I'm thinking like right here. But again, I don't know what I want to do with this road. So it kind of goes back to that idea too. I don't know if I want to continue this road around and just have it like, you know, encircle this whole area, or at least encircle the greenhouse, this nursery, and then connect back to this road. I don't know what I want to do. This is the thing too. There are a few things I do know what I want to do. Like I know I want to build out a like little outdoor utility area here. You know, have like a tub for water and pots and, you know, like there's garden workers basically kind of using this as a staging area. I want to build that out. Why haven't I done that? Instead, I focus on like obsessing over where I want the road to go. You know, I always get like distracted and I write things down, but I lack prioritizing them and doing the low-hanging fruit stuff. That's what I lack. This is me talking to myself. I'm sorry you guys have to witness this. Maybe it will help someone else as they think about their own strategies in Minecraft or other creative endeavors. Like, you have a giant project ahead of you. You know a lot of the things that you have to do, but instead of actually working on the things that you know you have to do, you start just like thinking about 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead. You know, things that are well down the road. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna do like a little hill right here. It's a little kind of oval shape. Yeah, that's too close though. Whatever, I'll carve that in. Yeah, so you only have to dip your toe in to get the achievement. So I don't know, maybe I already did that because it's under there and I've been exploring those caves since day 1 on the server. Maybe I already got the achievement. Actually, I can just check that, right? Oh, right there. Wait. Wait. I never did that in this world. Or is this is when they're gray, they're not done, right? Yes, when they're gray, they're not done. Yeah, so I definitely stepped foot. Okay, so I must have just gotten it at a different time. You know, it'd be really cool is if you could click on this and it could tell you when you got it. That would be pretty sweet. Mojang. Think about that. Hey, Sam. I'm making a heart, aren't I? Yes, I'm making a heart. That's fine. Yeah, that's way too close, though. Way too close to the nursery. Let's chew that up a little. Whoop. Yeah, so I must have gotten that achievement like early on, and then just not paid attention. Again, I have been exploring those caves because 1, I was lighting them up. 2, I was getting like andesite and diorite. You know, obviously I used a lot of diorite in that, so I probably just stepped in it and didn't notice. Casper, just watch yourself, okay? Dude, watch yourself. I don't want to hit you. It's gonna hurt. All right, how's that? See you, Sam. No, way too blocky. Maybe I'll do like a smooth, maybe I'll smooth it out like this. Like a little pointier edge. That might work. That is way too long of a straight line though. Casper, you're in the way. Dude, get your big head. Just go cry yourself to sleep on your giant pillow. That's a Sawyer married an axe murder. Movie reference. See ya, dog. Thank you. And hopefully you get your video done. Yeah, that's cool. I'll just extend it and then curve it back around. No block left behind. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Oh, jeez. That's why it's easier to back up. The only problem is you can't really see where you're going. I don't want it to be perfectly diagonal though. Let's give it a little curve, join back in right about there. How's that? That works. Yeah, that works. And then this actually, see, this is what I was talking about earlier. Like after I terraformed this area, it kind of inspired me of like, almost like the land wants to go a certain direction. this right here makes me think, oh, this would be a perfect little area for like a pond, like a nice little pond. Given I am planning on doing that very geometric water feature fountain thing here, that might be a little too close, but you know, long story short, sometimes you just lay out these lines and just, you know, randomly, like I did just then, just randomly, like really quickly sketch like a gesture, and like in a drawing class, a gesture drawing, and then it inspires you, like, oh, that makes sense. At least like maybe a divot here, you know, like a little 1 to 2 block down divot could work really, really well. And you would see those depressions, you know, in areas, especially along cliff edges like this, because with erosion and what have you, the sand sometimes will migrate down the cliff, and then you'll see a depression right here. It'll kind of plateau, and then a depression right on the other side, with how the wind hits and the water and the waves, all these crazy tidal waves that we get here in Minecraft. So yeah, I've talked myself into it. Probably just a depression, probably not a pond, but a little 1 to 2 block depression. Ah! This is my favorite right here though. Here's my favorite thing about the island. Turn on shaders. Just love that. And with clouds, it looks even better, assuming. I just love that. That looks so fantastic. Casper, you're blocking the view, bro. What are you doing? Okay, you're cute too, don't worry. Yeah, it's such a cool view though. Yeah, get some trees in here and stuff, like those trees back there. Sorry, I have a chromatic aberration on. Chromatic blur, I guess they call it in a... Yeah, so this is why I wanted to do that straight road too, because it's like, that would look so sweet. Like just... It doesn't have to be flat, but it would just look so sweet. Alright, I need to sleep. Alright, turn them off, because I'm getting like 2 frames per second. Actually, I don't even have my mini hood on. I'm getting pretty crappy frame rate in general. I think it's because I'm streaming probably. Oh no, it's going up. Oh no, it's not going up. Well, you know, I'm only getting 60. Usually I get 100. Whatever. It is what it is. What's going up? Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's up to 105. What the heck was that? Why was it dropping like that? It's the ghast. Those laggy ghasts. Casper, you're lagging me out. I'm kidding. I don't think it's the ghast. It's one ghast. I mean, come on. At least I hope not. That would be like the most inefficient mob that Mojang has ever created. Dude, stop misplacing the blocks. Here we go. Gotta get that rhythm back down. You're Casper back there. It's like having a cat. I have 2 cats. It's very similar. It's like whining. Time for food? Oh, it's something I just read. So I was reading the release notes to 1.21.6 because I mean, in all honesty, we have this cloud issue. Like no clouds are appearing, no vanilla clouds are appearing since we updated. So I was just researching it a little bit because I am a computer programmer by trade. So, you know, I can't help myself. And I didn't know this. I mean, it was probably, you know, publicized in some capacity, but so these guys naturally regenerate, you know, if they take damage. They actually regenerate faster if you fly up to cloud level because they absorb the moisture in the clouds. That's awesome. That is a cool little feature. That's funny. It's really funny, given it'll take you 3 years to get up there because they're so darn slow, but that's kind of a funny little feature. Nice attention to detail. Of course, I'm not sure if that counts if you don't have any clouds. Probably, it probably is just the Y level. A 192 or 162 or whatever clouds appear on. I always forget the default. I actually raised them in my forever world because I have this very large castle and I built it in a valley of a mountain, but it was so high up that the clouds were like going right through the center of the castle, so I raised them up. Yeah, it was new to me too, Sam. I did read, however, and I communicated this to our server owner, Sumi, that they did add Mojang added a variable called cloud_height. It's brand new, and it's part of the data pack. So if I'm not sure how we go about updating our servers, but if you are just, say, merging data packs, and that variable wasn't present, if basically the variable is dimension specific, and if you leave it blank, like you would say for the nether or for the end, because they don't have clouds, if you leave it blank, clouds will not appear in that dimension. So I have a feeling that might be the root of our problem. I have a feeling that variable somehow got either corrupted or is not in our data pack. That's my guess. At least that's troubleshooting wise where I would start. And I communicated that to Asumi. So hopefully when Asumi has a chance, they can look into that variable to see if that indeed is the issue. Because yes, I'm a whiny little brat. I really like my clouds. And I know I can turn them on with shaders, but I hate the shader clouds. I hate the super realistic clouds because it's just not Minecrafty enough for me. And then the other ones, these ones, I'll show you. This is the one. Yeah, I hate these. I hate them. Hate them. They're like giant marshmallows floating in the air. And they do the same thing that I hate about Minecraft Mojang vanilla clouds, which they're all like on the same layer. At least they seem like they're all on the same layer. Just hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. And then these ones, these are cool. I mean, it's fine. They just, you know, they look like clouds. They're just a little too realistic for me. That's why I like the Better Clouds mod. They look like voxels. You know, they're rectangles. You know, they're cubes in the sky, all layered with white opacity. You know, white with a very low opacity. So, you know, they kind of resemble this, but they're more voxel in shape rather than so realistic. Like this is almost like a picture of the real sky. You know, it just doesn't quite look Minecrafty enough. Anyway, so what I do is I just turn them off. Oops, wrong button. There we go. All right, what do we got? Should I do one more layer? If I do a layer, I'm gonna do it over here because that's where I started. Actually, let me fix this area first. I did this really late at night, and it shows. Just did not turn out as good as I was hoping. And my poor cow's in a hole. That's another. I should probably just do the animal pen because this is a bit unsightly. Like these guys and these guys up here, or just free them because it's an island. They're not gonna go anywhere. I'm not gonna blow anything else up, so they should be safe. Unless someone pranks someone by killing other animals. Maybe I should extend this. I don't like how close it gets over here either. Yeah, see, now that's what I always struggle with. It's like, is it too matchy? Is it too, like, you know, this is natural generation, for instance. You know, it's not always even, you know, block-wise. No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Again, trees are going to be covering this and stuff. I need to stop obsessing over these little details and start doing the big, grand, sweeping gestures of populating a bunch of trees in and then reevaluate the hills. That's cool for right now, at least. Added these in too. I'm not super thrilled with them. I think I'm gonna try to take a different approach though. Instead of, you know, this is similar to, you know, what you would get in natural generation, like over here. But I think I'm gonna do the slabs and stairs and, you know, buttons, maybe pressure plates and stuff like that to make it look a little more varied. Kind of like what I did here. This I'm not super satisfied with either, though, to be honest with you. But anyway, that'll be another day. Alright, let's see if we can add a hill here. I don't know if I want something huge, though. Maybe something like right here in the center. Yeah. And I'll use that pig as a guide. Where'd you go? Over here. And scoots that I have everywhere. Just trying to get a scale. When we first updated the server, I used Tweakaroo for the free cam, and I didn't have a free cam, and that that's like second nature from I have it mapped to Control F, and yeah, I was very lost. Like, what? I'm a terrible Minecraft player. I can't even play the game without like going into free cam every 2 seconds to see what things look like. That's what the Happy Ghast is supposed to be providing us. Thanks, Sam. You have a good one, too. Yeah. Maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. Just see. Just basically drew a straight line there. That was dumb. There we go. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Am I alone? I'm alone on the server. Woe to me. So what do we want to do with this server, guys? I'm alone. We can terrorize these people. I have just a crap ton of TNT and actually I don't have any TNT, but I have a lot of gunpowder. I can make a lot of TNT. I got a creeper farm right over there. That's just output is insane. Oh, look at an X-Men logo. Yeah, that's stupid. That looks like crap. I gotta make it a little more oddly shaped. It's too symmetrical, too much like a circle. Let's kind of poke it out on this side a little bit, and poke it out on this side. And we're gonna end up with like a odd teardrop. Okay, that's getting somewhere. And then maybe make it a little bit more bulbous on that side. Okay, yeah, if I smooth that out a little bit, I think we might be onto something, or maybe actually, if it follows this topographical line there. Yes. That looked too much like rabbit ears, though. Again, I might be obsessing a little bit too much, though. No, it'll be fine when I fill it in. Should it be bigger? All right, let's just fill this in and then see how we feel. I also don't know if, like, really? I'm out? Jeez. I don't know if I'm, like, limiting myself. Maybe I should be thinking about more than just, you know, one hill. Just have a bunch of these guys spread out over the landscape. Cool. We're not even nearly out. All right, sorry, Scoot. You're out. This one's empty. Yeah. Here we go, and boom. Oh my lord. Let me do that one more time. We're almost full with this one. After that, I'll probably call it a stream. fill in this area. And review what we did, which wasn't a ton, but it was fun. Nothing spectacular, very chill. Laying down a bunch of grass. But I think we're getting there. We're getting to a point where this island is coming to life. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. It's just like a little bump, but I'll put another one over there. Oh, yes. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. This is really cool. I like it a lot. Wow. Yeah, it completely transformed. So you got a picture just a couple weeks ago. Again, not to be like a broken record. These are straight vertical cliffs, and it just went to, I think, this level right here. That my cursor is hovering over this level right here. And that was it. It, you know, went all the way out to the cliff, straight across like a table. Like just a straight plateau, no curves, no terraforming, no bumps, no valleys. Which again, that's another thing. I think I need to add a couple little depressions. Like I add one like right here, maybe right here. Again, over here, I was thinking I could add one like right here. Maybe even right here, you know, just like a couple little things here and there just to break up the landscape enough. And then when I break down, and then when I set down the trees and the grass and the bushes and all that stuff, I think this is just gonna really kick butt. It's gonna look really, really sweet. And that's comparing to here, you know, all this is natural generation. So this little corner, that's pretty much it. That is all that's left of the natural generation. Just this gravel portion, these little offshoots over here, up till about here, and then this is all custom work. Every bit of it. It used to be a giant jungle hill. You review some of my earlier videos, including my Astraea videos specifically, including my first episode video where I go through a tour of the server and I discover this area, and you know, plan on basing here. Basically, you know, this is a giant mountain. It was just a huge volcanic kind of looking mountain. Actually, I think it even had a hole in the middle with lava, so it was very volcanic looking. And the greenhouse was way far from being the tallest element on this in this geography. You know, it was basically like, it was like up to here. You know, even the lighthouse wasn't the tallest thing. And I flattened it with TNT. Went, you know, got it to a blank canvas is the term I used. And now I am going through and terraforming everything. And I think it is turning out absolutely stellar. It's just breathtaking. The transformation is just breathtaking. So with having said that, I got to. Okay, let me put these away because that looks a little silly. Having said that, that is a stream. So thank you so much for those who chatted, for those who joined and watched and lurked, and you know, really any way that you want to engage or you want to contribute is fine with me. My name is Randy Bishop. This is the Astraea server, and I stream on Mondays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I will be here next Monday, which I think is, what would that be? July 7th? 4th? Yes, July 7th. So I'll be here July 7th to stream from the Astraea server once again. Probably continuing terraforming. Maybe we might do an adventure with some fellow Astraeans or strays or whatever we want to call ourselves. But yeah, I'll be back. So have a good one, and I'll see you guys later.